what's going on, y'all?
Hi, everyone.
Alright, it's good to see y'all. We're back with another Transformer review. Me and my son, Colton. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Transformer who is a small guy, but he's got a big attitude and pretty much a smart mouth.
And he's also part of Soundwave's little minions.
Yeah, he's part of Soundwave's little arsenal of buddies.
And he turns into a little cassette tape player. And he also uses what are called pile drivers to start like
shaking the ground.
And also like smashing the ground.
Yeah, smashing the ground.
And making like earthquakes.
Yeah. It tears up the ground and stuff like that. This guy, y'all have seen him before in G1 and Transformers the movie. And like I said, he's a little guy. He's got to be such a little guy, he's got a pretty big mouth on him. And some of the humor that he has is sometimes just comes up every now and then that you're not expecting. And I'll get off into that when we go to review the figure. And who we are talking about today is, I hope you can see that,
this guy here. And this is the Transformers Studio Series Core Class Rumble. Or you can call him like Frenzy. Because Rumble and Frenzy kind of got their names mixed up. Some people call this guy Rumble, or some people call this guy Frenzy. I'm going to go ahead and call this guy Rumble, because this guy was named Rumble in the G1 cartoon.
Yes, and we will touch base on that here in a little while about reasons why the names got so messed up, because they did. In the beginning, the names got mixed up. One was called one was called the other, but when the cartoons started happening and appearing on TV, they actually switched the names around again, and so what once was Rumble become Frenzy, and then Frenzy become Rumble, and but anyway, we're just going to know him as Rumble.
And I didn't remember seeing an episode of G1 because it's been a while, where sometimes the names do get mixed up, like my dad was saying to y'all.
So anyway, this is a little guy. He's got a big mouth, and he's got some humor to him. So we're going to turn the camera around, and we're going to get on to the review of this little fella who is Rumble.
Or Frenzy. We're going to call him Rumble?
Yes. That's what I know him as.
Okay, stay tuned.
See y'all here in a minute. Hey, I'm sorry, we're back again. And I just overtalked Colton, and you go ahead.
I was about to say, and here we are at the reviewing area, and here is Rumble on the reviewing area with his box.
With his box, now they did a good bit of artwork on his box, and the box is really nice. Looks really good. This is from supposedly Transformers the movie.
The one that came out in 1986.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to look at the box right quick.
Like we always do. So, on the front of the box here, we of course have the same pictures like on the Studio Series Core Class Ratchet here. Like we have the Transformers movie logo here. And the Decepticon logo here. And another Decepticon logo here. And it has the word Decepticon, and on the bottom it has Rumble here, blue.
And I don't know why it's got blue. Is there a red version? I don't know. I don't know why it's got Decepticon Rumble blue. As far as I know, at the very first G1, when it first got started and come overseas, the names were switched. Rumble was Frenzy and Frenzy was Rumble. And when, I believe here, when they started putting the cartoon together and stuff like that, they solidified and made for sure that Rumble was the blue guy and Frenzy was the red guy. I think in the comic books they got switched up. I'm not sure. In the beginning, I know I heard something about that. But anyway, the names were switched, and when they come to America, they flip-flopped and put Rumble blue, Frenzy red. I know I heard that somewhere in the past that the names were mixed up. So once the cartoon started, they reaffirmed that Rumble was the blue guy and Frenzy was the red one.
But I do know in the IDW Transformers comics, the names were switched. Like in the IDW miniseries called All Hail Megatron, the names were switched. And in the Marvel comics, which I think you were about to say.
I don't know much about the Marvel comics. I remember hearing something, like I said, from the toy line from when they started coming from Japan to over here, that the names were switched. And they like I said, when the cartoon got started, they actually solidified this guy to be Rumble and then the red one to be Frenzy, and that's the way it was with the G1 continuity. So that's what I know about it. I do remember hearing something about the names being switched and they had to switch them again. So anyway, enough of that, on with the box.
And on the side, you of course got Transformers here. And just like with Ratchet and Road Rocket, no window.
No window. It's plastic. What did they say? It's plastic free? I guess so. That's plastic free. Except for glue. Let me stop.
And on the top, you got a nice picture of Rumble with his pile drivers here. Studio Series. Takara Tomy. Autobot logo with Generations here. And on the side, another picture of Rumble, Core Class, and a lot of other languages that you can speak of from Core Class.
Yes, that you can pronounce, because I'm not going to pronounce them because I don't know what they say.
And on the other side, another picture of Rumble. The back got some warnings. And another picture of Rumble here. And on the bottom, you just have like barcodes and other things.
Other small writing that I cannot read without really straining my eyes. I'm not going to do that.
And that's about it for the packaging.
Wise.
Yeah, almost forgot.
I was listening to say there's one more thing in the packaging.
I almost forgot. If I open up the packaging and take out the
insert?
The insert, yes. Here you could see where the figure would be inserted into, and you could see it does have a nice backdrop of what does look like the satellite where Blaster was trying to contact Optimus Prime to come to Earth.
It could be. Could very well be.
Because the Autobot, or not the Autobots, the
Decepticons.
You're right. The
Decepticons were attacking the Autobot base.
Yes.
And this is where Blaster might have been at when he tried to make communication with the other Autobots, saying that Autobot City's really taking a pounding and we need help. We believe that this is where this image may be from.
I think it is. But then Rumble and the other cassettes ripped off one of those satellites so they don't have to contact them.
Yes, I couldn't contact them. So anyway, that is a nice backdrop. We believe that that's where that is from. And in the box, you also get your instructions.
And some
small stuff you can't read. That I can't read. Maybe a little bits in English, but
some warnings here.
Yeah, warnings and stuff. And then of course you get the instruction booklet. And that is pretty much step by step to tell you how to transform Rumble from tape to robot, from robot to tape, and also put on his power drivers.
Did you say like power drivers instead of pile drivers?
Yes, I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. Power drive. Yes. Yes. Yes, Rumble's going to power drive.
And I will have to get the backdrop out of the way so we can take a look at little Rumble here.
The Rumble I like, and this little guy right here, he's small, but he's got a mouth, and he's one of Soundwave's minions, and he makes an appearance in everything. G1, I remember first time when I saw him come out and eject out of Soundwave, I'm like, look at that little guy come out. But then you find out that little guy's got a mouth on him. Anyway, I will get more off into that here in a minute. Let Colton go ahead and do the review.
So here is little Rumble here in his
cassette. Cassette mode.
Cassette mode.
Okay.
And it looks great, but it's not like the best cassette mode that you would see in the 1980s. Because here you can see this part here, which will become his head here, and it does have some nice painted in details here.
Yes.
And the rest of it is basically all purple and a lighter purple here. And he does have a little bit more lighter purple here. And on the side, you do have a little bit of red here on both sides with some silver paint here. And on the pack, you could see it's basically his robot mode parts, which we will get into when we get to his robot mode. And that is pretty much it. Oh, and here's the top view here, and the bottom view here.
Okay. Let me do a little size comparison right quick while he's in this mode. Now, y'all, I have a G1 buzzsaw, and I just want to see, okay, wow, there's a difference.
So you can see here that the differences is that this one is a little smaller compared to the original G1 cassettes.
Yep, cassettes, because this right here is, oops, and I'm going to drop it, the G1 buzzsaw. So that right there is a size comparison from today, from yesterday to today. So this looks more like a tape. This looks more like a cube, not a cube, but like kind of like a box.
But it does kind of sort of resemble a tape.
Kind of.
Because you can see it does have these little
indentations for the wheels.
The wheels here. Like the original one, you can see.
Okay. Well, enough of that. I just wanted to see. Let's see. Let's put Laserbeak. Let's put Buzzsaw right in front. Yeah, he covers it. He covers it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I got one more thing to try out before the video ends. Okay, go ahead. So we know that the G1 cassettes are bigger than this.
Right. So his cassette mode or tape mode looks great, but it's not the best tape mode. It does have some nice painted in details on it to resemble a tape mode, but it's still not the greatest one. So, I think now is the time to transform him. So to transform him, you're gonna take these things on the top, untap them, and bring them up. Then take these sides here, untap them, and bring them down. And then you're gonna take his knees here and rotate them this way, so the ball joints are facing this way. And you too want to take these things, which will become his feet, and flip them down. But it can kind of be a little tricky to do. And I don't have like really long fingernails.
Here, just use this, but be careful. Can you get it with that?
This side came out a lot better. This side, not really. Oh, well.
Oh, got it.
There we go.
Okay.
I was about to use a tool, but I think I got it. Then you're going to take these and bring these down, which will become his arms. And on the inside here, you too want to flip out his hands. Which again can be a little tricky to do. There we go. And on the back, you just want to take his head here and flip it up. And rotate it around. And we're not quite done yet, because these two holes here is where we bring in these guns here. You can see how the guns here look.
It's one hand. Yes, he has a right and a left side gun.
Yes, he does come with two of these. And you just plug these onto these holes here. Okay. So they look like this.
And it's also important to know that he should be able to hold his guns.
I don't think...
You don't think so?
He can't, because there's no holes in his hands.
Okay.
So,
but
he does have holes on his arms here.
Yes. Okay. He has holes on his arms, so he can actually take off the guns and use them as like little arm cannons.
And there we have Rumble in robot mode. And he looks great. Looks like Rumble from the G1 cartoon.
Yeah, He does. He looks very small. If I'm right, the G1 Rumble will be taller than him. Yes, he will. Yep, I can tell just by looking at him. Yep. The G1 Rumble will be taller than him for sure. Excellent sculpt as far as the head sculpt. It is a good representation of him.
And he does have some nice red eyes on his little visor here, and some nice silver paint on his face here. And some nice silver paint on his chest here. And he does have his little
Decepticon symbol right there. Sure does.
Decepticon symbol here. And some more silver paint here. And going down to his legs here.
Now, I like how they did the yellow in there.
Yes, he does have some yellow paint on the inside here.
The yellow that they did right there in that area. Now that's pretty good. The way his feet flip down, but they leave some of that yellow right in there.
And here's his side view here. And the back here. Yeah. And the other side. And he doesn't have a lot of backpack kibble. Because he's actually a lot slimmer on the back. The only thing he has on the back are these two guns.
Yeah. Why don't you go and take off the gun and see how they mount on his arms?
Well, but before I do that, I need to show off the articulation.
Okay.
So for his articulation, his head is on a ball joint, so you do get a little bit of range here. And he can look up really well.
All the way up.
But that's due to the transformation. And he can't look really down. And also, I did notice this little pin joint here. Because he does have a pin joint here. And when I saw this, I was like, so does his head go all the way up? Because he does have a pin joint there. So I checked to see if he could look up with that pin joint, but I don't think it's not an extra joint. But moving on, he does have ball joints at the shoulders, and they can move in and out on the transformation joint and also the arm itself. But he does not have any movements on his elbows. Like he doesn't have an elbow bend or anything else. It's just a solid piece.
So it's pretty much just straight arm. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So it's pretty much his arms are straight arm, and the only way that you can move his arms is from the shoulder. Yes.
Yes. And his legs can move forward, back, in and out, ball joints at the knees. And that's it. And as for his guns, you can remove these, and these do attach to these holes here. And he has it on both sides. So you can have it like that.
Okay. Kind of like an arm cannon. Kinda. Okay.
And the last accessories that he comes with is, of course, his two little pile drivers.
Pile drivers. Pile drivers. Not pile driver. Right? Pile driver. Pile driver. Okay.
And taking a quick look at these.
Now, are they spring loaded? They're not spring loaded.
No. These are not spring loaded.
Okay.
These are just solid pieces of plastic.
Okay.
And on the top, and the top does have these holes on both of these. I think that these are so that you can attach it to other Studio Series figures. I think these are what it's for.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. But if it is, let me know in the comments section below. But it does have these holes on the sides here. And I think these holes are for his two little guns here.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's what they are.
Yes. Yep. That would make sense, yeah.
And on the other side, it does have a lot of gappage, like a lot of holes here. But this hole here on both of these, it does serve as a purpose, and we're gonna get to that right now.
We're going to get to that right now. Alright.
Because these do attach to him like they do in the cartoon. So to do that, you want to take his arms, bring them out on the ball joint itself, and rotate them around so they look like this. Flip in the hands. Then you're going to take the pile drivers and slide them into these holes here. And then you do the same thing on the other side. And I guess I can go ahead and get him in a crouching position. like he's ready to pound these pile drivers on the ground. And there you go. And we'll go ahead and bring in the backdrop here.
Go ahead and zoom in some. Yeah. There you go. That is Rumble. There's one more thing I want to do before we wrap up, but first I do want to talk a little bit about Rumble right quick. In excuse me, through the G1 cartoon of the 1980s, he makes little sly remarks here and there throughout the cartoon, and he really got hilarious in Transformers the movie in 1986 version. On one time, I believe that he was right here in this area, and he and a bunch of others, I think it was him and Frenzy, along with some of his other Decepticon little Transformer cassette tapes. First, one party said, what did he say? First we crack the shell.
First we crack the shield, then we crack
the nuts inside.
The nuts is
inside, or something like. He said something like that, and it was funny. First we crack the shield, then we crack the nuts on the inside, or something like that. That was just very funny. And watching these tapes go at it at the very bottom of the screen, when you have Soundwave and Blaster getting it on and stuff like that, you see little tape cassettes down there at the bottom. One shoots one in the face, the other one takes off running, and that was pretty ingenious to include that in the movie. And it was I don't want to say cute. It was amazing. It was very funny to watch, because at that time you had two big robots getting it on, then you had a whole bunch of small ones right there in the bottom getting it on. I mean, Decepticons and Autobots. I mean, little tapes running around.
And those two robots that these tape Decepticons were battling were Blaster and Perceptor, and Blaster ejected his cassettes.
And I think he said something like "get him" or "sick him," and they all ejected out. And he said, and Perceptor was getting tore up by little bitty Decepticons. And it was pretty nice. And then there was another part where Starscream, we're talking about the 1986 Transformers the movie, where Starscream gets blown away by Galvatron. Galvatron gets up there on the stairs and crushes the crown and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden you hear Rumble say off in the background, what did he say his name was? And he said Galvatron. And it was like I said, it's little remarks like that makes him a little staple throughout the G1 continuity of the G1 Transformers, and then Transformers the movie itself, because he always has some little sly mark to say about something. And so that was, now me and my brother, we did have a original G1 Rumble. And later on, I'll be getting one, and we'll be doing it now and then for sure. Because, of course, you have the big Transformers, but then you also have these little guys, and they kind of add the spice to life as far as the cartoon, G1, and the movie. They all kind of had their own little personality and sense of humor about them. In a way. Now, don't get me wrong, they can get it on, but, it was just kind of refreshing to see that at that time in that period, when everything's so distraught and just chaotic and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden You get a little guy like this, Rumble, he's making little sly remarks. And that's what sets that cartoon apart from the rest of them at that time in that era. So anyway, with that said, I am going to do one more comparison. I just want to see if it's going to work. I'm going to let Colton take him away right quick, transform him into tape. You can do it right here in front of them. Transform him into cassette mode. I want to see something. So yeah, while he's transforming him right quick, like I said, him, Frenzy, they're pretty much the same twins. One's red, one's been blue. And then I forgot that there is another one. But it wasn't that well known. And I forgot his name. Was it Enemy? I'm not sure. I would have to look back on it. There was a third one. But he didn't get the recognition like Frenzy and Rumble did.
I don't know who that third one is.
I know. I was doing some stuff in the background and stuff like that, and that's why I ran across it.
Because there is a lot of repaints of Rumble and Frenzy.
Yes. So this is what I wanted to see, y'all. Just let me see. This is Soundwave. Okay. This is Soundwave G1. Now, I know that Buzzsaw fits in there. I know Buzzsaw will fit in there. I don't, let's see here.
Yes.
Holy cow, look at that.
Yes, he can.
That is G1 right there.
He does move around a little bit.
Yes, he has a little bit of slack in him. But if you ever wanted to know, will these fit in G1 Soundwave? Yes, they will. And then I'm pretty sure that if they come out, or if they have come out with something, maybe the G1 will fit in Blaster. Put that in there again. Show them one more time. Okay. There he is. And he pushed in. I had my doubts. I didn't know if it was going to work. Well, it looks like it's been proven. They will fit in G1 Soundwave.
Yes.
Wow. And there he is ejected. And there he is. So, I guess we're just going to include all this right in there. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? There we go. Well, we found out a couple of things. Give you a little backstory on what I know of Rumble. And we also know that he will fit in G1 Soundwave. That's cool.
Yes.
That was not expected. And then you get some weapons for him. You get the two guns.
Which y'all could barely see right there.
Yeah, you can barely see. Maybe you see that right there. I don't know.
No.
So,
Oh, there they are.
you get two guns, two power drivers. You get the little guy. And if you had the G1 Soundwave, he will fit inside G1 Soundwave. So, with that said, it's cool. Works. Looks good. Got a lot of articulation compared to the G1 that I remember. A lot.
Except there is one articulation that I wish that they would include, and that's the elbow joints.
Yes. Okay.
And my thoughts for the Studio Series Core Class Rumble, his tape mode looks great, but it could have been better. Because you still see some robot mode parts. Like that part right there, which will become his head. And when you turn it from the back, you see a lot more robot mode parts here. And his robot mode looks really good. Just wish he had some elbow joints on him.
Elbow joints, okay.
That's really the only flaw I have with him in robot mode. But I think I do understand why they could not include elbow joints, because they needed these pile drivers to like slide onto his arms. Because if he did had elbow joints, they do kind of get a little fiddly to slide in his arms.
Okay, I think that is it for this little guy and the whole bunches that go with it. But anyway, you get the 2 power drivers, you get the gun, you get him, the little guy with the attitude, and kind of a jokester. And sometimes you can see him running around with so I think there was one time he was running. Oh, he was running on Transformers the movie. He was running with Megatron's cannon. At one point down there at the bottom, yes.
And Soundwave was carrying Megatron. Because Megatron was badly wounded by Optimus.
Yeah, so Rumble, he pops up from time to time throughout the G1 and definitely Transformers the movie. And you know what, y'all? That is all I'm going to say. We are going to wrap this up. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all take care of each other. I'm out of here.
So I think that is about it. So there you have it. Transformers Studio Series Core Class Rumble. And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. So I think that is about it. So thanks for watching.